Hello guys, my name is Lily, and we have now started DSA on Shreyansh Techz. Today we will learn about the basic sorting algorithm, bubble sort. Open your laptop and let's get started. So let's create a basic idea of the algorithm. We will imagine a bubble whenever this algorithm is applied. This bubble will contain two elements of your array. You need to repeatedly swap two adjacent elements if they are placed in wrong order. The bubble will look somewhat like this, which will contain two elements. Let's take an example of an unsorted array. As you can see, the array is unsorted. For solving, we will take two loops and two pointer I and j. We will iterate I from 0 to j-1 and keep the value of j in first run as length -1. In first iteration, our bubble will be the first two element. We will check whether they are placed in right order or not. In this example, they are placed at correct position. In next iteration, our bubble will be the next two element. We will check their position too. In this example, they are placed at wrong position. So we need to swap them, that is, we need to interchange them. Similarly, we will check for next two elements. Here, they are at right position, so we need to do nothing. Now we come at the last position of bubble. Since our I can take values ranging from 0 to j-1, so this will be the last bubble of our first iteration. Here too, the elements are at correct position. You will observe that after the first iteration, heaviest element get placed at the end. Thus you should remember that in bubble sort, largest element keep up building at the end. Here 49 was the largest element, so it's placed at the last position. After this, you will move out of the inner loop with the largest element at the end. So we will reduce the value of j. So, before j you have the unsorted part of the array, and after j you have sorted portion. We will apply same bubble method for the unsorted part. So in next iteration again, bubble will be the first two element. And we'll make bubble till only j. This will give you a clear picture of how array is changing at each iteration. In first iteration, value of j is 5, that is length -1. And I goes from 0 to j-1. At each iteration, value of j keeps on decreasing, as we have our sorted array after j. Here the orange colored part represent the sorted array. At last, value of j reaches 1 and we get out of the loop after that. We get our sorted array at the end. So let's draw the final algorithm we will use to code. Take two pointer I and j, where j is for outer loop and I is for inner loop. Set the value of j equals length -1. Keep decreasing the value of j every time the inner loops end. Pointer I in inner loop goes from 0 to j-1. J basically points to the heavier element placed at the last. Each time the loop runs. Now it's the time to code. You can write the code in any language. We will use C++ here. We will make a void function that will take array as the parameter along with its length. Then we will initialize two pointer j equals length -1 and then write the double loop. Outer loop will be handled by while condition, that is j greater than 0. And the inner loop I pointer will go from 0 to j-1. We will then write the condition for swapping the elements. If the first element is greater than second one in bubble, we will swap them. Then finally, when we will come out of the inner loop, we will reduce the value of j. After that, we will write our main function where we will input length and then elements of the array. I hope you know the basics of array in C++. Then finally, we will call the bubble sort function and pass our array and its length as argument in the function. Then we will print our array using for loop. Now it's time to run our code. We will take 10 as our length and input those 10 elements. Great, our code works perfectly. I hope you have learned how to apply bubble sort algorithm. We can write the code in many ways, but the idea and algorithm remain the same. Do you know the time complexity of this algorithm? If yes, do comment your answer in the comment box. Also, we are starting this DSA series. Comment out which sorting algorithm we should bring next. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe the channel for more interesting codes every week.